Welcome to the Weekday Report for Thursday, February 27th. I'm Tracy Pelishek. Here's a brief look at the news. Now that a grant application has fallen through, city officials are looking at ways to fund repairs of all those potholes on 104th Avenue. The city has already tried to fill in some of them and put a sign near the rough patches warning drivers to slow down, but Alderman Dave Bogdala is asking for a more permanent fix. He says the road is the worst in the city and he called it barely passable. Members of Kenosha County's legislative delegation had mixed reactions to Governor Scott Walker's promise that property taxes won't increase through 2018 if he's reelected in November. Not surprisingly, the reaction fell along party lines. Senator Bob Wirch and Representative Todd Onstad, both Democrats, think it's election year posturing, while Representative Samantha Kirkman, a Republican, said Walker is making a broad statement that this is one of his goals, and she's behind him on that. Kenosha Unified students in kindergarten through 5th grade will no longer be working with Rosetta Stone. The school board voted earlier this week to follow staff recommendations to give up the internet-based program that introduces kids to a foreign language. One of Kenosha's favorite outdoor dining spots has opened for the season, and John Kordovich was there. Here he is with our story.
The temperature's near zero, but this parking lot was packed just minutes after the Big Star Drive-In restaurant opened up today, Wednesday, for its first day of business of 2014. Opening day for the Kenosha restaurant attraction usually is during the last week in February. The weather is iffy this time of year, and employees last year had to deal with 4 inches of new snow on opening day. But customers aren't scared off, and the waitresses are all bundled up and keep on the move to stay warm as well as provide good service. Big Star owner Chuck LaFernie said that opening day is usually one of the busiest of the season. They must be doing something right because the family has operated here at Big Star for 60 years now. I'm John Kordovich, reporting for the Kenosha News.
A Kenosha man received his high school diploma Tuesday, 65 years after he left school to join the military. Roger Durway received his diploma surrounded by family at the Kenosha Unified School Board meeting. His granddaughter set up the event. She and the family worked with the Department of Veterans Affairs and Kenosha Unified to make it happen. The district has a policy of granting diplomas to veterans who left school for the military. What's trending today? Should you be able to smoke with your kids in the car? State Representative Mandela Barnes of the 11th District doesn't think so. He's authored a bill that would make it illegal for adults to smoke in a vehicle when children are present. Good idea or overreach? Weigh in at our Facebook page. Brian Sharkey and Liz Snyder are next with their entertainment ideas.
Hi, I'm Brian Sharkey.
And I'm Liz Snyder with your entertainment news. This week you can go off to see the wizard, send a postcard home, or flash back to the 80s.
All sound great. Starting with the Youth Spotlight Theater, which is presenting The Wizard of Oz this weekend at Ruther Central High School.
The show's producers had to come up with some tricks to create special effects. I can't wait to see how they do the tornado. It's an interpretive modern dance.
And then also on stage is the Racine Theater Guild's performance of the comedy 37 Postcards starting Friday.
In this show, a man returns home after several years away to find that life is not all what it seemed like when he was getting his family news through those postcards.
Saturday night, the band Married with Children will perform hits from the 80s at Coyne Sports Bar. So brush up on your REO Speedwagon lyrics.
I will. And also this weekend is the annual Dr. Seuss celebration at Carthage College and the Living Light School of Worship benefit concert at UW Parkside.
And new movies opening this weekend include the biblical epic Son of God and the airplane thriller Nonstop.
For all these stories and much more, see Friday's Get Out Entertainment section. I'm Liz Snyder.
I'm Brian Sharkey. Get out and have some fun.
Thanks, Brian and Liz. Now, here's a look at what we're working on today. Janine Anderson has a story on a Kenosha woman who helps people find long-lost relatives. And Terry Flores sat down with the Kenosha Fire Department to learn about the dangers of carbon monoxide. Pick up a copy of the Kenosha News and check kenoshanews.com for all the details on these stories and more. I'm Tracy Pelishek with the Weekday Report.